Christian is pretending to be busy or whatever.
I'm pretending.
He's still finishing up some work. He'll be here momentarily. I'll wait for him. I will not start smoking this joint
No, show restraint.
until he sits right here next to me. I'm showing restraint, Christian. I feel like it's almost like the amount of restraint I've been showing has pinched something off. Maybe the part of me that believes I'm incapable of showing restraint is like dead, or is like completely cut off from oxygen, thought, imagination. It's just actually dying right now. Let's read something worth saying. See what the universe has to say to us. You are worthy of creation and all that you create. Ooh, now that's a tasty one. You are worthy of creation, as in everything, and worthy of what you create, as in everything. Stop and say, it is very good. Look at everything in your life and look at it from a place of awe. Own it as self-created. It is very good I have done this, and it is good that I have created. It's kind of like that whole lesson was around this understanding that even if you planted a garden and it died, just like desolate, everything is dead, it is good. You have created. You've made something be out of nothing, right? Failure is also okay. Embrace the suck. Are you leaving right now?
I'll be right back. I need like 2 minutes.
He needs like 2 minutes, he says.
Fix on my car.
Oh, he's gonna get something in his car. Put the joint back down. Jovi, Shannon, thank you for joining me. My brain is loaded with dopamine right now, like concerning amounts of dopamine. I don't think I've ever felt this way before. I feel like this is probably what it would be like to do cocaine or something. I only had a coffee. It's working. It's really working. I had a insane dream last night. I ended up taking Maxine's tea. She gave me this Buddha tea, it's just like tea bags, but they're supposed to help you dream. And the message on it was time you enjoy wasting is not time wasted, right? And I kind of was like, yeah, I'm going through to Christian's place to waste time, that I'm in my youth. I get to hang out with a homie. We don't have wives and kids just yet, so we get to do stuff like this. And I have a hard time sleeping. So I do these breathwork exercises. I went for 4 rounds, ending the 4th round of 44 breaths. And I'm just buzzing. My entire body is buzzing. And I kind of eventually, fall asleep, maybe after my breath exercises as well. And I find myself still on the farm, I don't even know if I was really awake in the way that I would consider myself awake normally. But I was fighting. I was fighting something with sheer determination. But I was fighting things with my body. And I was trying to defeat these entities. I could see these demon entities, encroaching on my space, on the farm, on the world. And I was just frantically, flailing fists, kicking things, really failing to make a difference. And then I stopped. And I realized that there is this light emanating off of me. And as soon as I realized that light travels at the speed of light, And it was almost like this grenade ceaselessly going off from the center of me. Out of me. And then everything, all of these demon entities just absolutely got disintegrated, melted into goo. And I was like, yeah, that's what you're doing, dear friend. You have this poem called The Infinite Sun. Do you want to recite it again? You did so well the previous time, bro.
No, that's for subscribers only.
Yeah, you have to subscribe to the Patreon if you want to hear Christian's poems. Maybe, if you'd actually be willing, I would actually like to post some of your poems there as well.
Hey, yo,
He actually has a.
let's get a lot better first, and then you can.
Oh yeah, like his poems aren't already fantastic. Do you want to share your Instagram with the friends?
Hey, yo, nah, I don't.
Some of the friends already found you.
Some of it is okay. Some of it is okay in there. A lot of it is still like pretty amateurish. So we're gonna get a lot better, and then we're gonna start posting some proper world-changing content.
Let's
Not yet.
let's agree
I'm
to
kind
disagree.
of like that person that, have you watched that anime like World's Most Paranoid Hero or some shit?
I haven't.
It's a freaking long anime name, but anyway, it's this guy that's like the most paranoid guy in existence.
Is that a superpower?
That's his
It's actually a
superpower. It's like
superpower.
literally every situation before he faces it, he preps out of his ass. And I mean like it's like beyond Batman prepping for a situation. Like level 1, he doesn't even leave like the room to go into the world. He just starts doing push-ups in the room. And he levels up like 10 levels before he even enters the world.
I love that dude. That sounds hilarious actually.
Yeah, so-
Like I feel he's being what we call modest. Like I look at his, I mean, like he has a whole wall full of poems there, and you know, like we're watching
it's
this.
a column.
We're watching
it's like
this.
a column. It's not a wall.
Yeah,
It's
technically.
one column.
It's a column of poems, you know, just like a casual whole column full of poems. And then like this whole show kind of goes about these anime protagonists where the one has like god level powers. Like he has a power that's like the spirit of wind, you know, and like only like the highest level wizards get like a whole spirit of an element with them. And then the other protagonist has nothing.
Oh, you're talking about Black
Clover, yeah, just has like zilch, like not a smidge of magic power, and like
Nothing.
it feels like that way
Actual
for me.
zero.
Like he has this magic power to like use words and make these beautiful poems, and I'm like, and then he's like, oh yeah, it's actually ass. Brother Joel's here too. Need to hear that poem now. It's so beautiful, dude. The Infinite Sun. You wanna say it, please?
Oh shit. Okay, let's not make mistakes.
Yeah, find it.
Let's
I'll
find
say
it.
hi to our friends. And Cable is here too, dude. And Cable is like the poetry gangster on Reddit. So love this energy. Love you. There he is.
Cable, the one we had podcasts with.
Yeah, that's him, dude. Mike is here too, saying got to bounce, just stopping in to share some love. I'm going to use my aliveness to make someone's aliveness better. Also, who is the other fella, Melty? You don't know Chris, do you?
My Chris, I'm actually his alter ego.
He is, you know.
I'm the calmer one.
Like when we came into this world, the power was too much, so we had to split into two entities. And we found one another, dude. Against the God's will. We found each other. Our boy Isaac is here too. Lola, so much love to you. Sam's here as well. Happy Tuesday. How's everyone's secured their tacos? We're eating ribs tonight. No tacos
yeah, we
for
are.
us.
I'm excited for that.
Oh shoot, that's Christian. I've heard the name, never saw the face. I've talked about him maybe once or twice. Like friends are like, yeah, sure, once or twice. Talks about Christian daily almost. Hey baby, what's up? Hey Maxine! Love you, friend. I was talking about the dreams I had like last night. If you wanna watch it a little bit later.
Oh, dude, Jujutsu
Crazy.
Kaisen for the win, man.
Absolute
If
gangster.
you guys haven't watched that stuff, go watch it, including the movie. Movie's
Enjoying
freaking
Jujutsu Kaisen.
legit.
Black Clover is up next for us, dude. You're gonna see some things. Merman's here too. Thank you for the all seeing up the Narwhal salute, but the Joe, I appreciate that. So good to see y'all. Good to see you too, Cable. Gateway is here.
I've heard some great news.
how does it feel to make it right through Sober October Melt? Dude, my brain is like, good job! You good job, you. And I'm like, please, brain, please. I shared with Shannon.
Sometimes you gotta prove to yourself that you still have that self-control.
Tenacity. You wanna read The Infinite Sun?
Yeah,
Please.
let's fit it out.
And then we'll
I
live
actually
the
had
joint.
it under the time folder, which I suppose makes sense.
It has
So,
time in the.
so it goes like this. It's called The Infinite Sun. Have you heard of the infinite sun, the one that refuses to be done? I heard when all goes cold and dark, it continues to burn like a tiny spark. Hark, that cannot be, not into infinity. What you speak, insanity, impossible profanity. For all will die and lie still, no heat will stop the chill. Then all will grow anew, many from the few. But things end, no hidden bend, and change and shift, from death a gift, the rift that all pass eventually. But have you heard of the infinite sun? And it repeats.
The infinite sun. So, Maxime, to give you a little bit of context, the dream I shared, the conclusion of the dream was, instead of trying to use my physical being to fight demons, there is this infinite sun in every single one of us, and it just ceaselessly, at the speed of light.
It's kind of like the will of life, or the will of existence.
I mean, like the sacral is literally called that, dude. The sacral is like the yellow chakra in the center of your being. It's a sun inside of you. Yeah, so it's like root. No. Solar plexus. Sorry, not sacral. Root, root, sacral, solar plexus.
It's like the center of your breath.
Exactly. It's also where your food gets processed.
It's also where you can punch people to stop them from breathing.
The more you... You've been breathing too much air for my liking. Birdman, but the Joba joining us too. This joint is calling my name, dude. Poetry gangster. I'm happy that you like it, but the cable. Talking about what dreams and what later, literally still in bed and just woke up. I had this dream where I was fighting demons with my body. And then I was like realizing that I'm losing. And I was like, oh, this is dreadful. I was despairing, if you will. Despair. And then I realized that instead of trying to fight with my body, there was this light source inside of me, and the only thing I had to do is shine. And as soon as I realized, it was like whomp, the speed of light, just cutting through these things. They were like, oh, I'm gonna get closer, and then, I mean, just imagine something traveling at the speed of light. Right. If anything with matter traveled at the speed of light, it will collapse itself.
It would actually be an interesting experiment to hear from you guys if you've ever lost to any sort of evil entities in your dreams. Because from personal experiences, I've always kind of won those encounters. Like right at the end, it might be scary during the time, like running away from a dude with a knife, but in the end, you still kind of win. I want to know if there have been instances where you guys lose those encounters. Bizarre.
It's a cool question. I don't think I've lost ever either. I've either, the closest thing I can get to that is this dream I had where it was me, my uncle, and my dad on this rowboat, and we were getting closer to this old abandoned castle, and I was looking over the water and was clear, but the floor was just littered with skeletons. So, and I was like, this is not good.
That's ominous.
And then we stop at this docking area, and both of them get out of the boat, and they tell me to wait. Oh, and there's just bones underneath me, and I'm like, excuse me. And then I get out of the boat, and then there's these skeletons chasing me, and I just feel like I'm in sludge. I'm trying to run away from these things, and the anxiety just builds.
Has there ever been a moment in your life where you've proven to yourself that you can be a coward? So to give you an example, there was one moment with me and my sister, we were in Ukraine, right? And she was just outside the patio, and I was on the patio. And we heard some sort of noise in the bushes, the bushes literally rustled like there was a freaking wolf in them. Right. My ass ran inside and closed the door. My sister with my sister still outside, bro, I fucking shut the door. And then only after that did my brain register oh my god, you freaking coward.
Sister.
You coward.
Oh, I'm sorry, sister. Survival of the fittest.
Sorry, sis, bro. I'm leaving today alive.
Oh, goodness. Take her. This joint is gonna... Yassi Bobassi me. You have tolerance on me, Yeah, it's doing the things. It's doing... What's up, homies? Ramblers here too.
Eyes immediately went red.
I'm so placed suddenly. I have lost. Scary experience. Acceptance, hell, it has actually lost. I think someone being cowardly is okay. Being cowardly has been a survival tactic, right? For the most part, at least.
Fight or flight responses. Sometimes you can't help them. Sometimes it's completely instinctual. As much as you would like to believe that you have control over your thought processes, it's amazing how sometimes the brain kicks in.
It's making me think about animals right now, dude. Where you'll see a bunch of animals together, but if one of them gets killed, they just kind of like go on with their lives, and we convince ourselves that they don't care. But there's this movie called SEAL Team or Team SEAL, where these two SEAL buddies, they were just like traveling the ocean. And this is a little bit of a spoiler, but one of them gets eaten by a shark. Oh, his best homie gets eaten by a shark.
Yo, I'm picturing that scenario, but
I
especially
died,
especially in like something as harsh as the natural environment out there. Nature don't give a fuck, bro.
Mm-mm.
It was the same with that rat the other day that Pippi ate, bro.
Dude, like I told
Hearing that
that
story
stream.
was just traumatic.
Like just while I'm on the phone with him, Pippi catches a mouse. You know, it was like the same night, the same day that the farm burned half down, and all of the rats that was living in the fields was just like running towards our home. You know, because it's the only place not on fire. And you know, this dude Christian mentions, yeah, you know, you're complaining about things burning down. Imagine you get born as a rat. You have to fight for every little morsel of food you ever get. Your house burns
It's cold,
down.
It's wet.
Yeah, your house burns down and you're running towards this
His family
area.
dies in a fire,
Oh my
bro.
god, dude, I didn't even think about
Yeah,
that.
his
dude.
family's dead,
His family
dude.
probably died, dude.
Dead in a fire.
And he gets to like this safe haven, and then the dog actually murders him, and I'm like complaining, oh, things burned down. Oh, everything Christian really put it into perspective for me. Great to see you blazing a J. Dude, this J is blazing me, man. I feel like it's hard humaning right now. What even is being a human, Christian? We had this conversation actually today. Can you point to something and be like, this is how a human is supposed to be?
Yeah, we were discussing what is actual sanity in this day and age. What do you constitute as sanity? What do you measure it by? And I'm sure psychologists out there have their tools and their scales. I'm just very curious how you would actually quantify that sort of very abstract measurement.
Dude, and I feel like if you want to extend the broader perspective to aliens, I'm done for now, dude. I'm so done for now. I was just reminding myself that I wrote that joint for peace. The intention was peace that I wrote on it.
We'll ease you into it.
I need some peace right now. My heart is like, something's happening. Something is really happening right
Yo,
now.
after a while, like getting back to it is actually pretty scary.
Yeah, I mean,
It makes you kind of paranoid and
it's a lot of information suddenly.
makes you deal with it.
Yeah, it's like, oh yeah, all of these things I've been repressing. How about you think about them? My common instinct is to fight, but I have had a few times in life where fight was the need that needed to happen, you know, and then it probably gets reinforced. You can't not do that suddenly. I need to get some water. You want some as well?
I'm actually good. I don't drink copious quantities of H2O the way you do. You're so bad for the planet, bro. You know we're gonna have like freshwater wars in the future, and you're one of the reasons why.
Yeah, I'm drinking.
Like all of your fresh water, all of the shortage is because of Estian.
a few million tons a day.
I have half a mind to start a petition to eliminate you so we can save the planet.
They call me Meltmore after all, dude.
Mustn't leave your YouTube button.
I'm not wanting to. I'm just enjoying your company, Holmes. Talking about dreams. Love to you. Thank you again, Maxine. I hope I gave you enough information. Watching the beginning of the stream where it was talking about the dream. I talked about it again at least. I'm out of dream. Oh, okay. Well, sober November without intending to. Well, you know, maybe that's the way the universe intended.
Mahalo.
Good luck to you, Cable. I know you're strong enough, Brother Bear. I'm sorry to hear that, Cable. Shannon saying thank you for sharing with us. Thank you, your friends, spending some time at this moment with
Y'all
us.
are always sweet.
It's always beautiful, dude. Hell yeah, I'm proud of you, dude. A month is intense. That's my next one. Will be a month with 2 weeks. Was so nice for me. That feeling when you when you earn that joint, exactly. You know, and I've been listening to this podcast as well. You know, that kind of like really dove into the way that we almost anticipate our dopamine spikes, right? So you get significantly more total dopamine out of that anticipation arc than you do at that final bloop, right? So that something to yearn for exactly is, you know, and it's with everything. literally with everything. You have a goal, with a pursuit and a relationship with a friend, love, everything. It's just this anticipation towards actually sharing something that's always there, that will be there if you make it happen. It's been smoking with you guys. It's so nice to have you here with us, Maxine. We mentioned that it's actually going to be a whole thing. Smoking on stream for the first time because we get to break it with one another. Dude, I'm uncomfortably blazed right now, dude. I feel like an alien.
Just breathe. Breathe and drink water.
Thank you, host. How's your day today? Where are your travels to? I'm in Pretoria again, actually, in these tears, with Christian. He's housing me again for a while. It's gonna be a whole vibe. The sun grows in the hearts of us all, in your lungs and in the back of our soul. The promise is to me that if I can try to tolerate my own brilliance, I can shine the darkness away.
Tolerating your own brilliance is a deep line.
It's so beautifully
That's
put
a-
in a poetic way. The dream
Because
I had as
sometimes
well.
I'm sure everyone goes through this in life. Sometimes you feel like you have no brilliance, and other times you really do think you have brilliance. Otherwise, how else would you move forward in life? But then you begin to,
Ignite yourself.
yeah, you begin to not tolerate that sort of point of view for some reason.
Yeah.
And you're like, no, I actually suck, and I'm not brilliant. So,
I feel like encouragement
Yeah.
is stoking that fire though, right?
oh, I think that is what encourages you to work hard again, because you want to be brilliant. You want to prove that to yourself. Out of anybody in the world, it's mostly to yourself. And that's a very difficult thing to do, because there's always more, especially as an artist. I think you'd find that, or anyone that's really ambitious and driven. That's what happened. I lost.
No, that's beautiful, Brother Ben. That's so beautiful. It's making me emotional.
Jeez, don't you fucking start crying right now.
Thank you, Hans, for sharing that.
Don't cry, please don't cry. Drink some water. Actually, give me some water.
Please. We should sing to it. So just say something nice to the water.
Good water. Thank you, water.
Thank you. That water is blessed now, dude. Thank you. Oh. Ooh.
You alright?
I'm doing so well. I want to share some more love with our friends. Kemal is booming, right? It's so beautiful, Joy Beam. Gobbers, you too. Dude, it's so nice to have you here at the bed. Thank you for joining us. I resist, for I'm human, and I worry about how bright I will become. But the light soothes me. It tells me that the shine will envelop me. It will become me. Yes, dude, I'm just gonna get melted right now. The fire is stuck. Yo. I'm tripping out though. I'm checking some Greek demons. You were the peak there in my absence for spirituality, and that encourages. It encounters. I lost. I don't do this anymore. Thank you, Sam. Thank you for being present. Thank you for being present. And I'm like, every single word is just now years. So. Read some. Read some comments, huh? Try it. Read some comments. You can do it too.
No. This is your job.
I believe you.
This is your job.
I'm
This
here
is
for
what you're supposed to do.
It's a high quality joint right there, dude. A joint of peace. I added a bunch of runic symbols as well. First, Degas. Second, Gebu. Third, the fire rune, the sea rune, then the Updude rune. I forgot what his name was.
Oh my gosh.
And I think the last one was maybe Isa. We'll check. We'll check, dude, when it's done. Which means Degas is the enlightenment. Yours is Gebu, the dream. The sea is fire.
Is that the dream?
Yeah.
It's called the dream. Really?
It's called the dream.
That's fucking crazy.
And it's a dream, no, it's gift. Sorry.
gift.
I'm just like, we've been connecting, Christian. I was always wrong there. It's gift. It's the gift that you got. Gebu. Then it's fire. Then it's the Updude one, which I think might be the one that's the other way around, is protection. We'll have to check. It's going to be a whole trip in of itself.
Oh, Lord.
I'll show you. As well.
I've been taken over by a sleep demon, guys. I'm not gonna lie. There is such a thing as sleep addiction and sleeping too much.
I don't think you're there yet. Like, how many hours do you sleep?
7 to 8.
That's not.
7.
That's okay.
6. Maybe it's too little sleep. I don't know, but it feels like I'm constantly sleeping.
You are constantly sleeping.
Does that make sense?
You've been exercising and you've been drinking.
Not that much water, actually.
And
I might need to drink more water.
I don't know anything on this. Are you getting early sunlight?
Not really, no.
That's a good one. If you want to get better sleep. Like first thing in the morning, as soon as you wake up, get yourself some bright light.
Maybe.
Apparently that's best for actually wanting to go to sleep at the end of the day.
Yo, I have to go out onto my balcony though. Which means I have to get dressed.
Oh, whoa! I have to be decent in the world. I have to get dressed as well, oh.
I don't know, I've mostly just started wearing a shirt
That's okay.
at home. I'm dressed now because
Just a shirt. You're naked underneath and you
Oh,
just
no. I have underwear, at least. I do walk around with
That's
underwear.
fine.
And a shirt. Sometimes just underwear.
If you get up real early, there's nobody out. And you can also stand at the back of your balcony. You don't have to stand. You can stand in here. Just get bright light and you
Please no.
swamp. Dude, a cell phone or a computer screen can't even get in like fractions of what the sun is. Just like in your eyeballs. You just get the good light.
It's not bad advice.
It's like again other podcasts that I've just been choofing podcasts like information. Squam. It's good stuff, dude. That helps. All of the things that help your body, that's good for you. I'm like, yes, do the things that are good for you, and then your body is like, good job. You do the things. Joe, Jack is here too. Thank you for joining us right there. There's some good questions, Christian. It's beautiful. Thank you, Cable, for like joining us, dude. Sharing your beauty as well, man. I'm extra irritated by people today, despite my best conscious efforts.
People are tough to endure. You're not alone.
Oh yeah, I had a day like that as well. A big day like that, you know. The time I did spend with my family today was very separate feeling. The time I've been spending with you has been very unity feeling. Right? I'm getting dopamine from that as well. My brain is like, yep, something clearly is right. You know, and that's a nice feeling to have. Thank you, Arms. I appreciate you so much, dude. All of you friends.
Stop crying.
Dude, like the space does this, man.
Stop crying.
It like just, I feel a sense of
Actually,
unity.
you know what? You can cry. Fuck it.
Oh,
It's okay to cry.
I appreciate it so much, friends. The love,
Fucking hell.
the sheer amount of love.
He comes to me, man. This guy has been through stuff with his family recently.
Whew.
It's not that bad, honestly.
It's just-
There's far worse. Do they still let you eat at the table?
They don't deny me, I guess. You know, it's not about
That's
that,
good.
dude. It's not about that. It's not a sense of hostility. It's just a sense of unwillingness to even entertain a single conversation that is not completely aligned with a worldview that we are cursed sinners that need a savior, and that the God that tells us that it loves us will curse us for eternity if we don't do what it says.
I just went so deep.
It's not love, dude. Love, like I've had this deep sense yesterday. Like I promised myself every single time I spin this ring, I will remind myself love is true. Love is true. Right? The rest is noise, dude. It's just like stories we tell ourselves to try and like get at this point.
You need to read The Art of Rhetoric.
I need to,
We're
dude.
gonna-
Like
we're gonna give you that book.
I've like really been almost like yearning to, dude. Like what you've told me already.
Book, and you're gonna learn to communicate with your family, bro.
Maybe I'll learn how to communicate with everyone better, dude. Maybe it's gonna probably do some things in my brain. Like this dude, I chose to wear this ring again after months, and then we're like talking about Chinese zodiacs and his grandma being a dragon, right? Like that's been like a thing we've been talking about literally for
Pretty sure
years.
she's a dragon. I need to double check.
And
Ask my sis.
I mean, even if it's just a dragon, like I was mentioning that the way that I envision her is a Chinese dragon, right? But he's never explicitly said that. And most of the dragons me and him have probably been exposed to as more traditional dragons, right? So it could have been easy for me to assume. But then this Chinese dragon always pops into my mind. Like I was mentioning that I see her more as dragon than I do lady at this point, you know? And it kind of like got into this conversation of
My
Chinese
grandma
zodiacs.
has been one of the most inspirational people in my life. I've met a lot of online personalities that are very inspirational, but not to the personal degree that my grandma has had in my life. I've seen this woman just brush things off
Weather, dude.
and move forward like it's nobody's business.
Built tough.
And she feels emotion, bro. You can see this woman hurts inside. You can see she's capable of feeling pain. And it's like just yeah, it sucks. This is life. Moves forward, continues. I'm like, I don't know how you do it. This woman can't walk, bro. She can't walk. Her legs cannot move. She like carries herself with her arms.
In the next 5 years, we'll get her robos assists, dude. She'll probably outlive us all. she'll be there when the sun explodes.
It's a horror show, Esteban. You don't understand like the thin line my grandmother walks on a daily basis just to not fall down. It's like watching a trapeze artist, like a tightrope walker, walking on an incredibly
The edge
high,
of the universe.
incredibly high
The sun
cliffs.
universe.
And it's not like expert, calm, walking forward, controlled. It's like
Dude, you know what I'm seeing right now? I'm seeing this reality where the
It's
way
terrifying.
I'm seeing this reality where the way life works
it's terrifying.
is this sphere or half-cut sphere, and you like hop between universes, and then the longer you hop for, the more slices it takes out of you, and then it gets to like small slices, and if you ever stop at one or the other side, you stop at the one or the other side, at least until you swap back around and
don't know how she does it. I really have no idea how she does it.
Man, being a human being is pretty interesting, to say the least. I guess that's why we're doing it.
That's why I so desperately want to help, bro. Because I see someone struggling to such an extent, and you have the capacity, you have the capability to help them. Of course I want to go help. It's just that I also thought I needed to live my own life.
You can't, dude, you can't live other people's lives. You can only encourage them to live theirs in the same fullness.
It's a very difficult choice.
And for some reason, if you're unwilling to hear it, it inspires anger instead of love, fear instead of love.
But you know what? I still have great relations with my grandma. Because I do tell her, Grandma, I'm doing my best. I love you so very, very much every time I talk to her. And I hope she's doing okay. And I will come and visit as often as I can. And I will try to help out the way I can. But if I can't, I can't.
Dude, you do a fuck ton. Like, I don't know if you're comfortable with me just sharing this about you, but I've never, in my entire existence, seen a person so consistent with the way that he talks to his family on the phone.
I'm sure you have. I'm sure
Dude,
there's people
not
like that.
even remotely, Holmes. Multiple times a week, if not every single day.
If we don't call, we're presumed dead. That's just how it is.
That is
like a daily thing.
unthinkable to me, dude. My brain does not compute that information properly, and it like seeing it's one of the things about Christian that's almost the most inspiring,
Nah,
dude. It's weird actually.
that's
dude.
normal.
No, like
That's what normal looks like. That's what normal should look
that
like.
is what true love looks like, dude.
That's why I'm saying it's what normal looks like.
That's fucking true love.
Should look like.
Yo, Christian, that's unreal, man.
We grew up with true love, bro. We were really loved. We are really loved.
The checking on one another, it's unreal. I'm sorry that I don't do it enough.
Oh my god. Chill, bro. You do plenty. You do more than enough. Relax. It's a different language for different people. It's not the same dialect.
It's a bandwidth problem.
It's not even a bandwidth
Dude,
problem.
if you could
I'm
know-
getting more than enough bandwidth.
if you
Relax.
knew how many times I think about you friends, about you, Christian, in a single day, you would be your notification bar would literally be in the thousands. So like
I know you love me, bro. Relax. Relax. It's known. I
Dude.
think people know. I think people
I
really
know
do.
it's-
I think people know more than you think they do.
I say one of my favorite quotes to say to friends is that we're never more than a thought away. That's already the truth.
I've had friends I haven't spoken to in years that I think about so often.
Exactly, dude. Exactly. It's just the amount of bandwidth that you have to use to go into your cell phone, use your fingers to type a message. You have to expose yourself to light. You have to break the train of thought that you're having. If I could just tell you, hey Holmes, I'm just thinking loving thoughts about you, and you're like, oh, Estienne feels this way. Oh, Estienne feels this way.
Bro, I know who you are.
I know, but it's not just that, dude. It's you just feeling that sense that in the universe, there is that moment, you know? You're going through your day, you're doing something, and suddenly you just get this loving reassurance.
Bro, very few people do I trust deeply. You are one of those people. Relax. I know.
Understand? Understand. Thank you, brother. Kira Burr, well, you're such a wonderful friend to many. Love you, brother bear. Only a thought away. Thank you, Kira Burr. Sunshine sister. We call her our sunshine sister. Like we were talking about how I say brother bear to our friends, our male friends, and she was like, "Where's the sister's name?" And I was like, "Sunshine sisters."
Sunshine sisters.
Right?
Not very relative.
Did we like mention the infinite sun?
I don't know, the exact opposite would be like sister bear. The exact equivalent.
But it's about the B and the B of brother bear.
I hear you.
And then the sunshine sister. Maybe
I'm thinking about it.
getting closer.
It does sound nice.
Has a kind of snaky
thinking
bug to it.
about politically correct situation.
Yeah. Oh. Suddenly the trauma.
Oh, so you guys are bears and we're supposed to represent light. I'm sorry, I've been having a lot of Instagram debates in my head lately. There's a lot of feminism.
That's a
and
lot of
sexism
trauma, dude.
happening out there.
Dude, I feel like we're gonna have to wash that part of your brain this whole month.
I think so. I might have to go through a cleansing.
Definitely.
Like if you see me on social media, slap the phone out of my hands.
Be like, hey, Christian.
It's been a bad addiction lately. Really bad. That instant gratification is so good, dude. There are so many funny videos out there.
It's an easy
There's
loop now.
so much comedy, man.
And the loop knows you. Gets better at
Yeah,
No,
it gets better at deciding what you should see.
exactly. We did a month-long tea. Today is over. It really is. The weed is hitting hard for Mel today. It really is, brother friend. It is almost too much to cope like with. Suddenly again, dude, I was reminded of it. I completely forgot that I was high for a second.
You should forget again. You were doing well.
It's a mind game. I'm playing the mind game in reverse. Reminds myself to know that you love a friend so much that you show this many emotions on stream with someone. It's awesome. It's you, dear friend. Like if you didn't know what you were seeing, you wouldn't be able to see me. They who has punctured your joy today, do let us know, God. I don't think there's a reason joy beef. It just is. Sometimes we wake up this way. God. I feel this morning for me, like just to give your friends some context, I woke up relatively early. Had my things packed the night before. Had a conversation with my siblings. Apologized to them actually. Got the chance to apologize to them. My sister said that she was willing to. That's exactly what she said. I was thinking about apologizing to you as well. And I said thank you. She mentioned that it's weird walking past someone pretending like you don't know them when they're your family. And I said that's very beautiful, sister. And said that I feel it's the worst thing that I could experience. And she's like, oh, sorry that I flew off the handle and said that you should go and enjoy burning in hell. And I was like, it's okay.
Is this texting?
No, this is like in person.
Okay.
I'm paraphrasing now.
Okay.
Like into English, as like I'm translating Afrikaans. And I mentioned, like not feeling this connection with you, like my siblings, not being able to communicate with one another has been like living in hell for me. And I'd rather burn in actual hell than burn in this hell, not being able to communicate with my own family. And she basically said something like, yeah. And I mentioned this hasn't been nice for me, this animosity, this not being even willing to look at each other. Like just a sense of separation with believing that
Sometimes
there is no
family is
me.
the hardest to get along with.
Dude, it's not just that, but it's this damnation. Like I'm damned in their eyes, right? Like I'm going to hell. I'm just like basically, Satan is to Jason. It's a bit much.
It's a hard knocks life. It's a hard
Knocks life. Suddenly YouTube is like, give us the money you don't have yet. Fucking copy strikes. You know how that works?
No.
If you play like between 3 and 7 seconds of any popular song.
Yeah, but we didn't play.
No. Like it even goes so far as like humming.
Wow.
songs. Yeah.
Are you serious?
It's like the melody that you're stealing, right? That's actually the thing.
Are you serious?
Bruh, it's crazy. And then they don't actually just take your video down. They just say, you can keep it up, but if anybody watches it and you get paid for any of that, that's our money.
Wow. That's even more corrupt.
That's the way it works. So I'm like okay with playing the music because I love the artist so much that even if the corporate company that strikes your music,
Well-
right? I have permission from some of the Psytrance artists to play their music, and then they're like,
I suppose they
"But we
are
can't-"
providing you with an extremely powerful outsourcing software.
But you're not.
Like you are currently outsourcing yourself.
Yeah, that's true,
through
right?
YouTube.
You're using the service, and they have to sell to
Yeah.
advertisers.
And they're
see.
storing your videos, bro.
Yeah, that's actually one of the nice things, dude. It's good data.
That's a lot of gigabytes, bro.
You know, like I'm actually, it's almost like sitting on gold that I can't quite mine yet. Right? I'm like, I know that there's sort of information, but it's just about getting the gloves that will allow me to interface.
I mean, you could go on TikTok.
I've starts stroking out and
Nevern
thinking about that
recommended.
reality.
Nevern recommended. He actually told me to tell you you should try TikTok.
Oh,
Bro, Nevern doesn't say shit stuff.
it makes me cringe so hard, Christian. Dude, it feels like I can't be
It's
myself.
the modern day, bro. It's what the kids are on these days.
Get to, I feel like, dude, if I think I'm high right now, that feels like I'm an actual robot. Like just I'm like like I could, as I mentioned, I could literally be making alien gibberish sounds, and it would be easier for me to do that than making actual human noises in that state, though. It trips me out too much. I guess I have to practice or something. Bless it again. That water is poison. I will not take a single sip. You'll need to bro hug. Don't you tell us what we bro hug.
We bro hug all the time.
Every time we meet each other and every time we leave. He never hugs me more than that.
Almost true.
That's almost true. I mean, like sometimes there'll be like an emotional moment.
Yeah, I suppose so. But those are the most important moments.
Yeah.
I had this other thought not too long ago, a very profound sort of epiphany. I don't know if I told you about it, but basically, I thought that I would rather be the man that frowns his entire life and smiles just before his death than the man that smiles his entire life and cries and frowns before his death.
That is. So I want to show them what the inside of this ring looks like, or at least the symbol that I'm about to show. That you mentioned. Christian told me that he got a new gift from a friend. What was her name?
So that's for the YouTube viewers. I got a gift from a friend. Oh yeah, Louisa. Yeah, my yin and yangy thingy. So for our other watchers here, it's like a bunch of Chinese symbols and then a yin and yang symbol.
And then this is the gift that this friend of his, how long ago gave you?
It was like a week ago. No, actually no. What am I saying? It was 2 days ago.
2 days ago, dude.
2 days ago.
And I just randomly decided to put this ring
3
on
days
again
ago.
for the first time in how long?
The yin and yang symbol is fairly common though.
It is, but it's just another synchronicity. Can I actually show you, friends, another thing? And I just like to add to the layers. This is the little incense station that we have here. This is one of the gifts Christian brought me from Turkey.
Yeah, Turkey.
Turkey, silver coated, evil eye to protect from the evil spirits. And this is Christian's, made from what wood?
I don't fucking know.
A wood.
Some beads. I think it's actually made from beads. I don't know if
Some
it's
bead?
made from wood.
Oh, well.
Should have kept the label. I don't know. They're prayer beads. They're basically prayer beads. Which is ironic because I don't pray. He prays. I don't pray.
I don't know if I pray. I feel it's more
I
active.
pray a little bit sometimes, which is why like prayer beads were a strange thing to buy. But I thought they looked pretty cool.
For me, it's more pressing on my third eye, reminding me, that there is this center of myself that I can bring attention to. Right? There's part of you that has insight, that looks inside. And then just kind of like going from that place onward. It's like that's the closest thing I get to praying, really.
For me, it's just before going to bed and praying to dream from the Sun and series and being like,
To give you
please let me
superpowers.
work for you.
Please just bring me out of my slumber, my true slumber, my slumber inside of my slumber. Always. your siblings and family close. Life is too fragile and short. Sometimes they don't want to be close with you.
Sometimes they want to remember what the lack of your presence is like before they appreciate you again. Sometimes that's why I ask you to come over and come stay here, so your family can be like, shit, we actually love the shit out of him. And then you can go back. And then they're like, okay, we were arguing about petty shit. Let's start afresh. Because I'm pretty sure your family is always happy to have you back. From what I've seen.
They are. You know, I feel there's so much love in our family, dude. Like, our
His family is lit.
like
His family is
the
so
same thing that I'm like kind of like crying about, the space, is also the same thing that makes them such a great family, dude. It's like you have infinite room to grow, if that makes any sense. That's like basically my family in a nutshell. Like, at least that's the way I'm articulating it right now. I don't think that's very common or like that's understood in our family, but I feel that's a good summation. You have infinite room to grow. If you're willing to. Maybe not financially, but definitely with the space they give you. You know, I get to eat food. I get to stand on a surface. You know, I get to be allowed those things. And that's a lot of space. Think about that. Technically, it's as big as you're willing to go. That's neat.
I think one reason we relate so much is because you're kind of raised in that same sort of old agey perception of you're supposed to be out of the house and have a job at a certain age, and it's supposed to be respectable and.
Oh yeah, dude. Actually, maybe that is where some of it comes from. My brother is actually moving out and getting a job right now, but he just got his engineering degree, dude. So
Did he pass?
yeah.
Yeah,
Well, he has three
well,
tests. He has 3 tests left.
I'm not surprised.
But he's gonna pass, dude. 100%.
I'm
Like,
not surprised.
he's a gangster.
Man's
Like,
a genius.
he's been
Man's
working
James
hard.
Bond, dude.
Dude, he's actually James Bond. Yos, he's a badass, dude. Like, he's such an inspiring person in my life, dude. So, like, seeing him, like, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Right? Feels very. It's hurtful, dude. I love him so much. I respect his opinion. You know? I really respect his
He's
opinion.
a smart kid.
He's
you
very
should
clever.
respect his opinion.
I do, dude. I just feel he doesn't have my point of view.
He's not even a kid, man. He's a man.
Yeah, no, he's a gangster. Like, he's hard dude.
He's a grown man.
He's a grown
He
man.
doesn't look like he makes mistakes.
He doesn't.
He doesn't make mistakes.
He doesn't make any mistakes. I mean, you know, he's been very, very well behaved, dude. Like the most well behaved person I know. Like, very cool, man.
He's the same kind of person that sees a kudu walking in the backyard and then just shoots it to death.
Like, that's true. And he's called that behavior as well, dude. Like, the thing was as well, he did it for cash.
I understand he did it for cash.
Which is technically just as concerning. That's again my family. Like, yes, dude.
But that's okay because that's the sort of culture that is not frowned upon in South Africa. It really isn't. I mean, you see a kudu out back, you're gonna skeet that thing because that's free meat, my dude, and it's a lot of free meat. That is some nice.
You can make like
Nice.
$200. As
Sorry
well.
for all the vegans out there.
Like, and I feel again like they look at me like I'm the weird one when I question this behavior, dude.
That is weird though. For a South African family, you shouldn't be questioning that behavior. Technically.
Culture is weird, you know.
Culture is weird. Traditions are weird. Traditions are exactly that. You're not supposed to stray from the traditions. When the time comes, you do the certain thing. That's what tradition has taught us.
It's almost like, you know, it's a beautiful Meme quote: peer pressure from your ancestors. My dad did this, so you're gonna do so. My dad. Flip-flopping between the sense of separation.
Insanity.
You know, and the weird thing to me right now is that there is a tangibility line where we almost take the, I don't even know if this is the right way to say it, but take the life out of things. You know, like instead of like having to kill things, we're going to be able to grow, and it's technically still going to be life in a weird way. What do you call meat cells just growing in a vat? It doesn't have a central nervous system. It doesn't have a brain that is receiving an environment and then getting ripped from that environment. It more has an environment and has a purpose, and its purpose is to become. And then it gets to do that until it reaches a capacity limit.
I mean, that's technically what nature did.
Yeah, I know, but
Just very, very slowly.
why? Even if we get to that level, like with plants as well, technically plants also get hurt, but they also have a life cycle, so they die anyway. So do you think that there is some sort of, there's still value in existence in and of itself, even if there is an end to it? And the only thing you can really hope to do is make that process, that existence, the level of satisfaction in existence maximized.
Life's entire goal is to remain alive or make an organism
Yeah.
that remains alive longer and longer.
So maybe there would be some sort of value in using the same cell that got to exist in the first place to exist again and then get to again colonize, use it again. Technically you do that with mushrooms, dude. You can use mycelium network like cutoffs from a
I
mushroom.
mean, one of life's
replanted.
greatest achievements is that fungal network in Europe, was it?
Mhm.
That fungus. That
Dude, technically, there's a belief system,
That's
not even a
similar.
belief system, I think this is pretty much fact, that there was fungi on the surface of the planet before there was any plants, dude. It was like basically the precursor to actually having fertilized soil.
we're actually slaves to the mushroom.
Have you seen how big those mushrooms were? They're these like 5 meter, like column-sized mushrooms, dude. I'll show you some photos, dude. They have them fossilized and everything.
No way.
I'll show you, dude. It's freaking crazy. It breaks my brain. They were massive.
Must have been the abundance of oxygen during that time.
It was the first thing, dude. We share more of our DNA with the funguses than we do with actual plants. So maybe we should go back to that as our actual fuel source, dude. It's gonna be like fungal in nature, I guess. You're hanging in there, Burby? I hope so. As best I can. How's your sister? Do let us know. In the grand scheme of the universe, we kind of are. But with the kind of love where you can't be close enough, resonate, you're a strong Burby Burp. Thank you. I adore you. No words left, just love. Appreciate you too. Thank you, Sunshine Sister. You're here for joining us here as well. I've lost to spiders every time I dream of them. It is one of my actual phobias. No, coming over the fight or flight. I have a visceral reaction to seeing them. I wish I could give you my reaction to spiders these days.
It's really just so common.
Dude, they run over my feet, and I just look at them because I know the worst thing I can really do is try and jump away because they usually just go, right? So I just stand there and they walk over my foot and then I watch it go and I'm like, alright. Cheers, homie. Because also there's like flat ones. I have like 6 or 7 of them living in my room. They eat mosquitoes. They're like these efficient hunters. Imagine a spider that flattens itself onto a wall surface and then sprints a little, opposing things. And it keeps itself as flat as possible so that the upward facing eyes of the little insects that actually spotted before it's browsed out of that little thing. They're like working for me. I'm pretty sure like they were sent by the spider goddess herself to keep my realm from from little mosquitoes. I don't think I've been bit by a mosquito in months, dude. Seriously. Not in my room at least. Only when I'm like outside or something.
Really?
Seriously, dude. It's like it's been pretty nice actually. I don't know if it's because of the seasons just yet. Maybe I'm gonna regret my words when I get back home and it's been summer and the water is hot. No change with this. I see a red flower sprouting. These little orange eyes, orange eyes, almost like fire coming off of it. Almost as like a puzzle-esque aesthetic where it was like it is like pieces slotting into itself, almost having like angular turbulence, and then coming out. Oh, dude, very beautiful. Sending her love, dear friend. Sending you so much love. I had a dream where I was in my living room, my old house, and I saw the massive, larger than a big dog spider crawling around the ceiling and after me on top of the floor. You see, maybe that is your brain's way of being like, this is how bad it could be. This is how big spiders are in your world. Right? That is horrific. But actually, it's like this big sometimes, and then sometimes maybe this big, you know, and then this flat. Like that is how big they could get, like maximum palm size. That's like the biggest spider you'll get, you know. If it ever came for you, you know, instant death for that spider. But no, not that dream roll. Dude,
I don't know, man. I'm pretty sure like that there's a certain level of spider I'm capable of handling, but if I see anything that's like palm sized, I'm pretty sure I'd just faint. Bro.
if it's in the same room as me and it's like coming for me, then like if it looks like it spots me and then decides I can take this guy, then I'll probably also be alarmed. But usually they're more scared of you than you are of it, believe me. They're trying to GTFO.
Yo, bro. I'm sorry. It's me or it, dude. That's survival mode.
Bro, that's where the fight has to kick in.
I don't even have a bowl big
But-
enough for that fucking guy.
But it's even in the worst case scenario, it won't be in comparison to having a pit bull sized spider, dude. Legs probably spanning 3 meters. That is alarming, dude.
It just goes against all nature, bro.
I mean, maybe in the prehistoric era when oxygen was like really high. But I don't know if they found anything like that. I'd rather not think about it. Not right now. You know, we were so concerned with asking if we could that we couldn't stop to think if we should. Classic Jurassic quote.
It was close. Paraphrased.
Pretty close. You
Are
think
we
we're gonna
Are we gonna do
do an
Are
exercise?
we gonna do an exercise?
Start cooking? You know what? I think so. I want to be completely present and say hi to all of the friends that were here today. Mojo is here too. Thank you so much for sending love to your friend. Gavel. David O'Grady. Embracing the suck. I love you. This dude, David. This gangster. Right? He's the dude I spent basically the end of my high school with.
Oh.
This dude carried me on his back. Fucking like through Vietnam. Fucking dragging.
Oh my word.
I mean, you know, that's the closest I could get to the
You are
extremity.
strong, sir. Well done.
I don't even know if you're still here. Sending you so much love, David. It's so nice to have you here with the bear. Thank you for embracing the stuff with me. Say that. So much love to you, dear friend. Christian, do you have an undercut now?
No.
He's actually making me consider getting one as well.
No. It's just so much calmer in South Africa with just a bit of air on your scalp, man. And also the knots have been
A little bit bad, dude.
it's not for everyone.
It's
When you're pulling out clumps,
every day.
dreadlocks.
You're every day, dude. That's the thing for me, it just does not stop, It's just like, oh, curly hair, huh?
This way you get to have long hair and the cool breeze. It's like perfect science. No wonder the witches have it that way, bro.
That's true, dude. Now you're twisting knobs. Dude, do you know what Gia said to me the last time we had a conversation? I think you're gonna get your haircut soon. I just have this feeling.
fall into temptation or be delivered from evil.
You see,
Pick one.
you see, like, how do I know which is the right answer?
I might have misquoted that. Nobody. No, I'm not gonna get it.
It's okay.
I was gonna say nobody crucified.
Oh, you're writing people.
Hopefully you'll cancel. Cancel culture.
It's true. It is.
Time to exercise. Are you
Time
ready
to
to die,
exercise.
bro? This is death time, bro.
Joel,
Doing
joining us
squats.
here as well. Again, your fan, love to you, Mike. The caring compassion you two have for each other is so touching.
Oh, that's cute. That's sweet.
You got this love. You got this love so much. Thank you, Fraser, joining me. Yo, it's.
Far behind.
I'm like
You're
galaxies.
You're galaxies.
Toasty is here too. Thank you for joining us, brother Kyle. Sam, love to you. In these tears, intense loves.
So this is what you meant by you don't get to everyone.
I
You just-
Christian.
so-
Yeah.
Yo, people have been commenting.
I told you. I cannot
This is
yet
tough.
keep up.
This
So many
is
spots
tough.
in England. I don't mind them. They keep the junk away from me. Exactly.
Spiders in England.
If you're moving around while I'm staring at you, I'm offended. Dodges your stares.
Down straight. Shannon. 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 Shannon.
Because Shannon has like been rocking that
Oh.
cut for a while, dude. Shannon has like galaxy hair as well. Gateway, boys, get strong.
Yes, it's time.
Thank you, Cookie Buzzer, for
We're
joining us as well.
procrastinating. Come on.
34 friends watching on this. Wait, I was just thinking about your toes, dude. Are you okay?
No, we're good.
Love you. Centipedes Joe. They have FB up. Get them centipede spiders. Love you, spider goddess. You know what's weird? On our, I don't know if you were there.
Oh,
our
blood sugar.
our Chinese Lions experience. I don't know if you remember. We were actually talking about the spider very extensively. We walked into spider webs in the middle of the forest. It was like a whole theme between me and Duncan as well. Just since then, I've really been mindful, to say it in such a way, of spiders. I'm like the spider goddess with her little spider eyes, always watching through the spider web. I was like, "These spider goddess, please, I love you too."
You know what I've been killing a lot of recently? Cockroaches.
You need spiders, though.
I need cockroach poison.
And then he just gets Christian a bunch of spiders. Maybe some, what you call them? Botsentotskotten? Praying mantises.
Oh my word.
You need an army of
I
praying
mean, it would be
manti.
pretty badass.
Is it praying manti or praying mantises?
I think it's praying mantises.
Praying mantis sounds.
Do you want to bet?
It's probably praying mantises.
Do you want to take a bet? Whoever loses has to do today's training twice.
How long is the training?
Half an hour.
Maybe we can do today's training twice. Maybe we do today's training and then a stretch session. How about that? This dude. He's like, "How? Let's die. No, let's
die
survive." Love you,
Are you
dear
scared?
Katie. It's so nice to have you here as well. Okay, I'm gonna sing bye. Love you, Susanna. Yes. Maybe I'll pull a card first. I'll pull it. Yes, Christian is like, you come here. Drags me. Exercise time. We're gonna pull a card first. The delicacies first. Praying mantis. The females have it about right. I'm sorry you think that, dear Katie. The three fates are actually spiders. There we go. More Frankels.
Are they?
Need a card today.
What history are you
Let's
reading?
see. Card.
What mythos?
Card time. First card that we had underneath is Swallow the Sun. By the way, Christian.
What?
This is the card I pulled up the
Sun.
deck.
Hmm.
Swallow the Sun is the
Swallow.
the sun is the
Swallow.
meaning of this card. I just feel this card is like
Sun.
really the one that wants to be read. Dude, it's the card that was underneath the deck. And as soon as I opened it up, I saw the reflection of the card in the camera. And it instantly saw that it was the sun. Why are you looking at me like that?
I'm listening.
Dreams and visions.
Oh shit.
Dreams and visions, Christian. The sun is celebrated through the world as a giver of life, and in some cultures as a god. What jokes were we making, Christian? How did we come to that point even? You were telling me about... Oh, we were watching that. What's that dude's name?
George Carlin.
George Carlin. It came down to the point, of the love of God. If there was a God that so loved you, there would be no possible way to torture you. And then again, the name of the
George Carlin.
George Carlin. I'm so sorry, dude. I need to say it. George Carlin.
You're disappointed.
George Carlin. Okay. Connecting it to fractals. Plugging it into my brain.
Bruh.
I'm building the infrastructure. Leave me alone.
If you don't finish
George
fractals,
Carlin.
my hunger is-
I'm now building brain cells, dude, just to remember George Carlin's name. Seriously. Fine, it's remembered. George Carlin was basically doing this bit on this like infinite damnation that is believed in, certain cultures, and then also claiming that this God loves you. And instead of showing me that piece, which he thought was in that piece, and it would have probably been just that, and then he would have left out of the video, it was this whole bit that he was doing. People talking about how he switched over to sun worship instead of to some sort of like established religion, and the relationship is basically a little bit more apt in his opinion. So, and then I showed Toasty's meme that he sent me where there was these, basically, what do you call them, colonizers? Kind of like telling these indigenous people like, what would you have done without us? You probably would have still been worshiping the sun. And this dude is like, dude, the sun is real. The sun is real. So just another fractal, which is so beautiful. The sun is celebrated throughout the world as a giver of life, and in some cultures as a god. Both the ancient Greeks and Romans worshipped one or more solar deities. And in Hindu culture, Hindu literature, the sun is mentioned as the visible form of God that one can see every day. We were also talking about getting bright light exposure first thing in the morning, dude. Aztecs, Incan, and Egyptian traditions all held the sun in godly accord. Whatever your spiritual belief, it is clear that our sun represents a psychological principle that transcends time and place. The infinite sun, Cristiano. I'm getting so hard. The vibrant geometry of the sun card invites you to explore its symbolism and its ability to illuminate and guide you. Swallows swoop and play in the solar portal, encouraging you to see a light-hearted reflection of your dreams and visions. Dreams, whenever in sleep, whether in sleep or the musings of reverie, will offer clues to your internal process. Vision directs your path and offers a sense of purpose, vitality, and life force. What messages have you dreams offered lately? What progress are you making towards the realization of your vision? Meditate with this card and consider these questions. Do not be hard on yourself, for if you are not happy with your progress, realize that when you push too hard, you may actually be resisting the thing that you most desire. Relax with your positive intentions as you bring your finest dreams and visions into this reality. I have to pull another card for our friends though. This card was getting for me. I'm sorry, that's how it works. That's how it works. For all of us, of course. But that was like the universe being like, hey dude, shh. And this is for our friends, If you want the card pull, this is for you. Think hard. Send the exact card that you want to see. It's insane. You laugh, oh? You laugh? This is funny. This is how it is. This card? Fine. Spirit kin. Upside down at first. So I'll read just the upside down meaning. If it's something like upside down doesn't mean anything, then I'm going to read the full thing. You may be feeling cowardly. However, more likely, it is a lack of self-confidence that finds you concerned that you are unworthy. Release your anxiety and courageously step into your personal transformation. That's energy. Thank you, dear friends. Nice power. You are power. Swamp, the light is in you too. Oh, like the only way for you to see light is to be light. Love you, friends.